Hey everyone, welcome to the second module of our 7 skills to master by high school, and that's email etiquette and information about your email. To get started, we're going to take a look at some success criteria and some learning goals, learning targets. The learning targets of this module are as follows. Understand the role and importance of email, understand the different components of an email, and apply email etiquette and skills. How do you apply things? Guess what? You're going to have to show me how you email. Don't worry, I'm not going to stand over your shoulder. You're going to email me. All right. You will be successful when you identify the importance and need for proper email. You demonstrate how to use the different components of email. And finally, you have sent emails highlighting email etiquette. And we'll go over that and what that looks like moving forward. Email is not new. It's not. It's been around since the late 1960s, early 1970s, and it was part of the emerging ARPANET, which was a Department of Defense federal program that was trying to connect computers at different locations with each other, right? The ARPANET got handed over to universities in the late 1960s. Universities and colleges started to connect them, and you started to have messages being sent over the internet. At that time, it was more like instant messaging. You had to be online to get the messages, but over time, it did kind of go and store on servers in order to deliver when you wanted to open it later. Email stands for electronic mail. It is the standard form of academic, professional, and personal communication that is used by over 4.5 billion people in the world. There's just over 7 billion people in the world. More than half of them use email. It's not so much a luxury item for people in the United States anymore. It's kind of a necessity for a lot of what we have to do. So it's very important that we learn these skills. Here's a picture of what the Gmail compose box looks like. So this is the email that you would use for school. You can see that we have the to field, the carbon copy field, the blind carbon copy field, a subject line. Subjects are very important when emailing, right? The body of your message, you can see my signature there. And then at the bottom, you'll see some formatting tools, some tools to attach different things, and a tool to delete draft emails from your account. So let's go a little more in detail about what these things are. First, the to field is the intended recipient of the email. Who is this email going to? Carbon copy stands for sends this email to another person as well. So when you carbon copy someone, it's just kind of like you're emailing two different people. In a professional world, when you carbon copy someone, usually you're informing someone else of a project or progress in a project that's being worked on. So you're keeping them in the loop of the conversation. Blind carbon copy hides that recipient from anyone in the to or carbon copy fields. So if you blind carbon copy someone, you're sending that email and nobody else but you knows that the blind carbon copy recipient is getting that email other than the blind carbon copy recipient. So kind of applicable uses. So when I send out an email about, say, 8th grade Chromebooks or coding club, what I do is in the to field, I put my name and I put my email address. And I don't put anything in the carbon copy field. But then I go down to the BCC field, because one thing with BCC is when you email large groups of people, if I hit reply or reply all on accident, then it only goes to the person that sent the email. It does not go to everyone, and that's a wonderful feature for email to have. So blind carbon copy hides that recipient from any of the to and CC recipients, but also stops that reply all. So in those emails that I send to the student body, you can't reply all to all students, and it's kind of a nice thing to know that you're kind of protected there. Next, you see a subject line. That subject line is where you summarize your email. What's this email regarding? Is this regarding tonight's homework? Is this regarding the upcoming test? Is this regarding your absence from school? You want to make sure that you put a subject in there that kind of lets people know what is the topic of this email. The body is where your message will go. I have seen so many people type in the subject line their entire body of the email. That's not helpful. Please use the body part where that goes. At the bottom of your Gmail page, you'll see the formatting and attachment options. You can change the font style, you can change the size, you can bold, you can italicize, you can underline, whatever you need to do kind of fits in there. And then also you can attach things like different types of files. a Google Drive document, payments. Gmail will allow you to make payments over Gmail, so forth and so on. At the bottom there, you can even add emojis, which is pretty fun. And finally, if you're not going to send this email, don't keep your draft numbers high and just hit that trash can down in the corner and it will go away and it won't come back up. So kind of a nice, wonderful thing for you to know a little bit more about. Moving forward, there are 7 aspects of a good email, and I want to cover all 7 aspects. First, you should use your school email for school correspondence. If you send an email to one of your teachers and it's, pokefan at pokeballs.com, then, we're not going to necessarily know exactly who you are. So it's important that we kind of recognize that the school email does that for us. That gives us some credibility there. Use a subject line. Always put a subject line in there. All right. If your email is not important enough for a subject, then you probably shouldn't send it. Address the recipient. So if you're sending an email to me, it should be Dear Mr. Mars, or Hey Mr. Mars, or Mr. Mars. You're making sure that you are identifying who should be getting this email. Be polite and courteous, right? Don't be rude. Don't send an angry email by any means. Like, just don't send angry emails. It's not good for you in the long run. Right? Be specific and to the point in your email. If it's regarding the question, or if you're not going to be in school, you don't need to go into all of this great detail about why you don't understand the question or what is causing you to kind of struggle with that question. But what you just need to do is just be specific and to the point. Hey, Mr. Mars, I'm not going to be at school tomorrow. I have a doctor's appointment. Thanks for your understanding. Have a wonderful day, student A. Right? And it's a great way for you to kind of have it. So end with a pleasant professional phrase. Thanks in advance, or thank you for your understanding, or thank you for your time. Have a wonderful day, right? Not a peace out, or, catch you on the flip side, or whatever it might be. You want to end it kind of professionally. And then finally, spelling and grammar matter. You cannot bring back an email. If you send it out, it's out there. Right? So proofread before hitting send, because you can't call it back in to do that. If I make a mistake in a Facebook post or a tweet, it's easy to delete it and fix those things, right? But if I do that in an email, I can't pull it back. It's there forever. And nothing spoils credibility like grammar and spelling mistakes. So moving forward, there is a Google form in the Google Classroom where you will take a short kind of check for understanding about what good email looks like. You will apply that email knowledge there, and then you will hit submit when you are done with that. And then there will be one more challenge assignment for you, which will have some directions for you to send an email to me. Thanks for tuning in. Have a wonderful day.